Tonight on Ctv3 News. A huge drug bust in the north as cops from Corozal confiscate 25 parcels of cocaine in Sarteneja. 4 persons are arrested and charged. We take you to the South constituency for the official groundbreaking ceremony for the upgrade and paving of the Guinea Grass and Tower Hill Road. 10,000 cases of corona beer expected to be imported into the country soon. We'll tell you why. And Belizeans observe National Service Day in honor of the legacy of the father of the nation, George Cadle Price, while Niche signs a memorandum of understanding with the Price family for the preservation and transformation of the Price family home. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Thursday, September 19th, 2024.
Belizeans, get ready for the Orange Walk Carnival 2024. Tune in to Channel 53 of Centaur or Express Plus app on Saturday, September 21st as we bring to you the most exciting celebration of the year. Catch all the vibrant colors, the revelry, the live music, and the unforgettable energy of the Orange Walk Carnival 2024 in real time on Channel 53 of Centaur or Express Plus app. Streaming entertainment.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Ethan Rodriguez. In a significant breakthrough for law enforcement, Corozal authorities made a major drug bust, seizing 25 parcels of cocaine during a search operation in the village of Sarteneja in the Corozal district. Reports indicate that at about 9 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday, September 18th, police executed a search warrant at the residence of 35-year-old Armando Torres, a Belizean fisherman of Sarteneja. Also present inside the home at the time of the search were 36-year-old Mirna Durantes and 32-year-old Delwin Novello from Sarteneja, and 37-year-old Nigel Neal from the Belize district. The search led to the discovery of 25 parcels of cocaine amounting to a combined total of 28.38 kilograms or 62.567 pounds. According to the Commissioner of Police Chester Williams, samples were taken from all 25 parcels.
The cocaine was taken into police custody along with 4 persons who were found at the home. The 4 persons included 3 male and 1 female. At the Corozal police station, the suspected cocaine was weighed and it amounted to just over 28 kilograms. Those persons, as I said, are in police custody and are expected to be charged today for drug trafficking.
Today, Thursday, September 19th, police formally charged Torres, Durantes, Novello, and Neal with possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply. They were arraigned at the Corozal Magistrate Court, where Torres pleaded guilty with an explanation, while the others pleaded not guilty. No plea was entered for Torres. All 4 individuals have been remanded to the Colby Foundation until Friday, November 15th, 2024. This week, police were also able to destroy a marijuana plantation that contained 875 marijuana plants. While no one was found in the area, the destruction of the plants surely placed a dent in someone's business. And on September 3rd, a joint police operation in Corozal resulted in the seizure of 8 parcels of cocaine. Today, the Commissioner of Police updated the media on both cases.
Yes, we also recently destroyed a marijuana plantation in the Ravens Ridge area. I think Ravens Ridge will be in the Belize district, but falls under the Orange Rock jurisdiction from a police standpoint. Again, that operation was led by elements of the Belize Police Department, and it was based on information obtained. They visited the area and they found the plantation, and the plantation was destroyed. We also recently had a drug bust in Corozal district again, where 6 parcels of suspected cocaine were found at a house, I think in the Chinooks village area. A number of persons were detained for that. One person pled guilty when the matter went before the court, and the case was withdrawn against the other. So,
for the cocaine bust in Chinook, cops charged Alicia Margarita Montalvo, Enair Abizer Montalvo, a police corporal, Nadiel Jaziel Montalvo, Ednei Ezekiel Montalvo, Aida Cabañas, Sadie Anita Montalvo, Abiel Emer Mateo Montalvo, and a 17-year-old female minor with the offense of possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply to another, specifically 9.38 kilograms of cocaine. According to Compole Williams, all these successful interventions underscores the ongoing efforts to combat drug trafficking in the region.
We have the ongoing northern operations, which the government of Belize have invested a lot of money getting the resources that the police officers need to be able to execute our duties in that area. And you would know that recently, I think in this month, there was the killing of the leader of the Caborca cartel, which is the cartel that is basically running the Quintana Roo area. And this leader was killed in the Polanco area of Mexico City. We do expect that there is going to be reprisals in the Chetamal area, and those reprisals may trickle over into Belize, particularly along the irregular border crossing area. So our officers, the police, the BDF and the Coast Guard have been on extremely high alert in the northern area, particularly the irregular border crossing area, with a view to see if there is going to be persons from over the Mexican side who may want to come over to Belize. And we are also paying keen attention to those Belizeans who we know tend to operate on the directives or directions of those cartels from across the border. So there's a lot that we're doing with a view to ensure we keep the integrity of our borders intact.
This morning, a host of cabinet ministers and government officials congregated in the community of Guinea Grass in the Orange Walk South constituency for the official groundbreaking ceremony for the Guinea Grass Tower Hill Road upgrade and paving. The project is being implemented through the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing with support from the Orange Walk South Area Rep Honorable Jose Mai. With ground officially broken, works have officially begun to prepare the over 8 kilometers of road for paving standards. The works are being overseen by A&N Construction and is expected to take approximately 12 months to complete with an investment of $3.6 million. These works, according to Minister of Infrastructure Development Honorable Julius Espat, have been requested by residents for various years and comes at a most opportune time for the benefit of residents of various communities who depend on this road.
Lots of work. Every area rep makes their requests, and as you are aware, we have hundreds of miles of road. So we sit as a group and we try to prioritize and we get them out one by one. What we did here was we paved the village, inside the village first. That was done by MIDH staff, and then we were maintaining this road. We put in all the sub-base, we compacted it, and we maintained it for a couple of years until we got the opportunity to do this. As Minister Mai had mentioned, There were two projects that were important for the two area reps, one San Esteban and this one. And also Minister Kevin Bernard had gotten some work in his villages too. So we finished San Esteban now and we have completed the work for Minister Kevin. And now we are here to complete the promise that we made to the Honorable Abelardo.
You said that.
How much miles is it to be paved and how much time will it take to this to come to an end?
The project is a 1 year duration and it's 8.1 kilometers long. It's called when you do any project, a house or a road or anything, there is what it's called an engineer's estimate. It gives you an idea, an empirical idea of what a cost would be. But when you get into every individual project, then you realize what are the realities. So 1 mile at $1 million would be if it would be a normal situation where you have to do all the work, where you have to bring in the subcompaction, where you have to bring in the different type of materials, where you have to make it to a certain level. And that doesn't include your drainage or your culverts or bridges or whatever you encounter. This road, we were able to have the contract be less because we had done all of that work before. All the compaction and materials and grading and compacting has been done for many years. And so now it's only the contractor to come in and do the final grading, compacting, and then put the layer of chip and seal, which is 2 layers. And so that way we sat with them and we found a way to reduce costs without affecting the specifications of the road. And this one doesn't have any bridges, it doesn't have any major culverts, it doesn't have any major work that we have to put in. So that is how we were able to bring down the cost. So yes, 8.1 kilometers is the contract and the value is about $3.6 million, so a little bit less than $1 million per mile.
Today's official groundbreaking is one which is most welcomed by Area Representative for Orange Walk South, Honorable Hosemai, who says the current condition of the Guinea Grass Road is simply unacceptable.
There have been 4 area reps before me. Each one of these area reps has promised this road to these people. I look at this project as important. You don't play politics with people, you get the job done. From before elections, when we were campaigning, we were planning our campaigning, Prime Minister and I spoke as the Prime Minister, it is time for these people to get their road paved, along with San Esteban and Guinea Grass. Living in these conditions is unacceptable in 2024. The quality of life, the houses have no color except white because it's dusty. And with rains, it's all muddy. 80% of teachers in this village travel from Orange Walk to here. Can you picture the amount of problems they have on the road to get here? And so, also very important is the amount of food and food products that come out of this area. It is just tremendous. You stand up there for 50 minutes and you count the amount of vehicles that pass. It will be surprised. So it is time for us to do what we are elected to do, to serve the people. When we were elected, I remember we putting into this village about 44 new culverts. The streets were in a total mess. We repaired all the streets, but living in tropics like what we do, we have to repair them again, continuously. But we have upgraded the streets in the village. We have improved the quality of life. And this achievement here will open more opportunities for people here. People travel from here to Belize every day and on bus to work in Belize City. You imagine traveling this road every day to Belize City? You go tired, you come back tired. I think it is time for us, right, to look at these projects similar to this and really do what we are elected to do. Fix the roads, improve the quality of life. Well, the first thing we had to do was to bring back the economy, which the Prime Minister and Cabinet and the team did excellently. And after that we said, well, let's go back to our priorities. We said the priority will be San Esteban and Guinea Grass, let's go back to it. And so with the help of Minister Julius and his team, they put the project together, and that's how today we have this being a reality.
The Guinea Grass upgrading project has officially commenced and is expected to include the complete paving of the 8.8 kilometers of road from Tower Hill to Guinea Grass. The project is expected to be completed in a period of 12 months. The government of Belize has given conditional authorization to a company that wants to import 10,000 cases of Corona beer. The importer, which is a local company named Goliath, had indicated that it wants to import the product for the tourism sector, which was recently affected by the production shortage of local beer. The import permit was approved by the Ministry of Agricultural and Food Security's Office of Supplies Control. However, there are conditions the importer must first meet. First, the bottles will need to have the label Belize Market, and also the 10,000 cases cannot be imported at once. And then the beers, which would have to pay all duties, which are prohibitively high since there is no reduced CSME tariff applied to the Mexican beer. Now, there is already mixed emotions about the move, as condemnation and concern have also come in hard and strong by Belize's own Bowen and Bowen, who are the producers of Belize's own Belikin beer. Today, the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Jose Mai, spoke on the matter, stating that the decision to import any product that would directly compete with locally made products is one which is not taken lightly.
The director explains to me that they have been in consultation with the CU and customs for a very long time because people have been applying for permits. My ministry is bombarded with the requests for permits daily. Steak, pork, duck, chicken, everything, shrimp, giant shrimp, cheese, milk, every day we have requests for import permits. There are some in cabinet who believe that we should do away with the licensing regime because it's against the policies and the regulations of WTO. But every country puts regulations in place to protect their industries. So the technical team believe that by putting in the measures which they put in, which is if you want to import this beer, you will have to label every single bottle marked Belize Market and the name of the importer. We know that, the technical team believe that it wouldn't have been possible for them to do that, one. And two, when you look at the tariffs that are imposed for importation of beer, it would have been extremely high. So the importer would have to sell a case of beer for $135. So we knew it wouldn't be competition for the local product. My personal view on this, we should protect every single thing we produce in this country. And you know my position has always been, we need to protect what we grow in this country. Are you aware that in the very next few months we are commissioning a soybean oil refinery? It means that 1, 2, 3 oil coming in will have to be tariffied to protect what we have in Belize. So there are two things. You either protect it with tariff or don't give an import permit. Technical team believed that by putting in these safety measures, the importer will not be able to do it. However, I have advised the technical team that we should put on hold this import permit. Because for me, like I said, my point or my view is I wouldn't like to give permit to anybody. I have somebody right now calling me for beef, telling me that he's paid for beef abroad and he wants a permit. No. I have people every day asking me for importation of permits, for beef, for giant shrimp, for pork, for duck, for poultry, for sausages. But if we were to just only give blankly, then we will kill our own industries.
To ensure equity in the market, Minister Mai says that every product which is given import permit must be looked at carefully.
Milk, for example. There's a new plant going up in Shipyard right now. This plant, looking at our statistics, produces the same or a little bit more milk than Spanish Lookout. So when they put the UHT milk and we have enough milk for the country, we will have to put a high tariff too, just like what we're doing for the local beer, to protect our industries. Now, and every country does it. So when people start saying, oh, we need to do away with the licensing regime, you need to think well what you're doing. You either open everything, you can't have opened the door if it's some and some not. Again, if you want to export sugar to Mexico or sugar syrups, it's 130% tariff. So the technical team using these facts said they believe that by imposing these safety measures, they know that the importer would not have brought it in. That's why they discourage people. These are what they call non-tariff barriers. Well, this non-tariff barriers and tariff barriers, there's technical barriers to trade. Do you put measures in place that if you don't have this, if you could prove to me that you do not have this disease, you can bring in the product. So there are different ways of doing it. So the technical team thought that this was the best thing to do. I believe that maybe we should have waited and not give it at all. But that has to go for everything. You cannot do it only for one product.
65-year-old Pastor Victor Wagner Hernandez of the Toledo Faith Outreach Christian Center and the president of the National Evangelical Association of Belize has been charged with 2 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault. This is after an official report was made by a 38-year-old woman of Punta Gorda who alleges that in 2015 the pastor raped her inside his store, and then in 2016 he committed the same act inside his home in Jacintoville, Toledo. The woman also alleges that in 2021 Hernandez grabbed her breasts and her daughter reportedly witnessed this incident. As a result of the accusation, the pastor Hernandez has been removed from NEAB executive leadership effective immediately, while the investigation is ongoing, and he has been replaced by Reverend Lancelot Lewis, who will be serving as president pro tem. Today, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams told us what he knows about the case so far.
From what I was told by the acting OC of the Toledo Police Formation, is that this report was made to the police some time ago, but there was no cooperation or minimal cooperation coming from the complainant due to fear from threats that she had received. Eventually she came forward and gave a full account of what may have transpired, and so the police had sent the matter to the DPP representative in the South for advice, and having reviewed the file, the evidence on file, he advised the police to proceed with the charges against the pastor, and the police acted accordingly. That matter is now before the court, and I'll leave it at that.
How distasteful is it for you when you see people on social media victim blaming in cases like this?
Well, it is extremely sad, because those of us who are in public, who has authority and are in public life, where people depends on us, people relies on us, people trust us. When we breach the trust of the people that trusted us, then that is something that we have to be concerned about. A pastor is a person of eminence in society, and when a pastor is accused of rape, it will certainly cause for concern, not just for that community, but the whole country. And when I listen to the comments on social media and even on the live stream media, I think that the concerns of people are legitimate.
The pastor is currently out on bail. Coming up next, water meters for rural communities from the north. Stay tuned.
We're calling it a multi-purpose park because it will have a variety of services and amenities. So right to my left here will be a state-of-the-art parking lot. Immediately in front of that, in 2 acres, we will have a hotel and convention center. Then on this side here, it's going to be recreational areas. On the northeast side, we're going to have an amphitheater for musicians so that persons visiting could have high-quality entertainment with our well-known artists in Dangriga.
With this project, it gives the community an opportunity to work, to invest, to grow. More revenues for the town council. That means more streets, more drains, more parks, more playgrounds. The economy grows.
All of us have collaborated on making this a reality, and certainly this will have a huge impact in terms of employment, in terms of quality of life.
This evening, when we're looking at the park and the multi-purpose use of this park, this green area and convert it to a park. Again, it has to do with people, that they could bring people together.
Belizeans, get ready for the Orange Walk Carnival 2024. Tune in to Channel 53 of Centaur or Express Plus app on Saturday, September 21st as we bring to you the most exciting celebration of the year. Catch all the vibrant colors, the revelry, the live music, and the unforgettable energy of the Orange Walk Carnival 2024 in real time on Channel 53 of Centaur or Express Plus app. Streaming entertainment.
The Rural Transformation Department under the Ministry of Rural Transformation, Community Development, Labor and Local Government handed over water meters valued at close to $200,000 to northern communities from both the Orange Walk and Corozal districts in a special ceremony hosted this morning. The donation was made through a partnership with the ministry with support of UNICEF Belize. The donation of the CEO of the new equipment, according to CEO in the Ministry of Rural Transformation Valentino Schall, falls in line with his ministry's commitment to provide and maintain secure potable water in every rural community across the country.
Water is extremely important for our rural families and rural households, and we need to ensure that they have access to good, clean, quality water, year-round, day in and day out. And what we need to do to ensure that is to have these systems become financially sustainable, and so that they can, continuously provide a service. And one way to do that is to install meters on these systems, and we are working with our water boards throughout the country to be able to do this. And so far we have increased the number of systems that are fully metered, and today we are donating to, I think, 4 villages. Some have shared systems here in the north, another, I think, 380 meters. It's valued at just above $190,000. This is all funded by the government of Belize with support from UNICEF as well. But it's really to improve the quality of service for our people, and we have been transforming these systems. These meters are very helpful, and I am glad that the villagers and the villages are working with us very closely on this initiative.
The installation of meters in water systems in rural communities, according to CEO Schall, will help improve water management and monitoring in the village, enhancing overall service efficiency.
We have, I think, 108 or 109 water systems, and it's just maybe 60% actually are fully metered. Some are partially metered and some do not have meter. So there's a long way to go. But we have been, since we started 3 years ago, every year we bring an amount and we install them along with the water boards. And so we have increased the number and the percentage of systems that are metered. And we will continue until we have the entire rural water system services fully metered. And it's totally doable. Of course, we wish to have all the funds at one time, because other villages are seeing the benefits. Now they're coming to us and saying, what about us? We want to install meters on our systems too. But we work first with those villages who are ready. The ones who come and say, we would like to meter our system. There are those who are a little reluctant, but we will work with them and we'll get them on board as well. But we go with those who are ready, and we have made significant progress already. And we feel that this is a goal that is going to be accomplished soon.
Communities which benefited from this morning's donation include San Pablo and San Jose here in Orange Walk, as well as Libertad, Concepcion, San Victor, and Buena Vista in the Corozal district.
The people of the north. Some people think that meters are not good. Just let us use one example. When they start with scales, so you can know if you are getting the pound or not getting the pound. With the meters, it's the same story, but people criticize the meters and criticize the water board. Oh, you put me meter because you want I pay more. It's not like that. It's just to save water so you could know how much water you consume and things like that. We have been in San Esteban. We have been with Honorable Kevin Bernard in Torhill. The other village is San Felipe, Carmelita. So we have been working very, very hard for the people of Belize. I want to give thanks to our Prime Minister, Honorable John Briceño, because he's the one moving this train. He's the one giving the finance. I want to give thanks to UNICEF that he have been donating to us, and we have that privilege to go to your village and donate a couple things for all of you water boards.
Your cooperation and your support have been most wonderful in ensuring that our water boards function as efficiently and effectively as possible in performing this very important service of delivering the basic necessity of water to the citizens, the deserving citizens of our villages. You are indeed being true to the purpose of your ministry in enabling a positive transformation in the lives of the citizens of our villages, in the lives of our villagers. With these meters and their rapid installation, we shall create more equity among our consumers and make the availability of water more satisfactory to the consumers. In other words, the level of satisfaction of the consumers will increase. It is therefore imperative for our water boards to take advantage of this beneficent donation and embark on the rapid installation of these meters on all those water lines that presently do not have meters in the shortest time possible.
The donation, according to Chairman of the San Jose San Pablo Water Board, Elmer Novello, will support their goal to have all residents metered in the community.
It will definitely benefit the San Jose San Pablo. No? You know, we have some people right now that don't have meter, so it's, you know, if you don't have a meter, we cannot just come and say that you're using such amount of water. No? So it's been causing a problem, but with this kind donation from the government of Belize and the Ministry of Rural Transformation, it is going to definitely help us finish the project. With these meters, we will definitely finish the rest of the people, customers that are not metered. As usual, everything is a transition. When people were used to pay $10, and when we just this project came about, the meter, it's the transition always is a dilemma. The people are not used to know how society goes, are not used to this system, but global climate change has an impact through the world. So we have to be very conscious that we really need to take care of our water, and we have to pay for the water that we use. So it definitely it's an issue, but we are working on it, and people are getting to get used to it, because they have to take care of the water, and then to see that we really need the water. It's a universal solvent. We have to use it. We cannot live without.
The benefit of having rural communities install metering, according to CEO Shal, is that all the finances garnered from the collection of water usage remain for the development of the community.
The very unique feature of the rural water systems in comparison to BWS that operates in urban areas is that it's not for profit. Any money that is generated is kept within the village for the upkeep and maintenance of the water system. And there are boards that are able to maintain their system and have extra, so they have savings in the bank. And under the Village Council Act, the villages that have extra money can apply to the ministry to use that money to fund projects in their village. So we have had several water boards, for instance, who provide scholarships to their students from their communities that they are sending to high school, for instance, or they want to buy furniture for their preschool, or they want to upgrade a preschool, or do some community project. that money is available for them to use. So the money doesn't go to the government, it doesn't go to any private owner. It can go back to the village so long as they are able to maintain the system first and extra. You can use it for community projects. So it's really beneficial to the community.
The National Institute of Culture and History signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Price family today that is geared at ensuring the preservation and transformation of the Price family home at number 3 Pickstock Street, Belize City. This site, where George Price, the father of the Belizean nation, grew up, is recognized for its immense national value and will be repurposed for public benefit. The vision is to develop the house and its grounds into an engaging educational space. Planned features include a state-of-the-art classroom and lecture hall, designed to support learning in history and culture, and a botanical and sculpture garden in the spacious yard, promoting both the biodiversity and the arts. According to Nitch, the development will take place in consultation with the Price family and subject matter experts, ensuring that the site remains an inclusive, non-partisan space open to all Belizeans and international visitors alike. Materials on Belize's path to independence and the legacy of George Price will be available via Access 501, a new educational portal that has already drawn over 7,000 visitors. Today, Prime Minister John Briceño was present for the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding and told the media how significant this pact is.
I think not only as a government but as a country that we have managed to sign Nitch along with the Price family to sign an agreement for us to be able to protect and preserve a part of our history, the house of the father of the nation. So many important events happen there, from signing agreements and protests, meetings. A lot of the history of Belize is right there over in that building and in that yard. So it's very important for us to be able to do everything possible to protect it, so that our young people, especially our young people, can come and visit and get a better, a truer appreciation of the work of the father of the nation.
A specially crafted marble plaque was unveiled today bearing the inscription, Price Family Home, birthplace of George Price, father of the Belizean nation. The multilingual plaque, with translations in English, Creole, Spanish, Garifuna, and Maya, also pays tribute to George Price's parents, Irene Cecilia Escalante Price and William Cadle Price, as well as his siblings, Lydia, Jane, Alice Margaret, Anne, Josephine, Samuel, Elizabeth, Catherine, Judith, and John.
I know I speak for all of us when I say that we are excited about collaborating with Nitch in the restoration and administration of the Price family home. Having served on the board of directors of Nitch, I know for sure that Nitch is the right organization to be entrusted with this precious home of ours. We all have so many wonderful memories of this home and of our parents and aunts and uncles and the times we spent here. Lenny Joe was lucky enough to have lived here as a child. This home was where I was told this home was where I was told that my dad asked our grandmother Mamacita to save one of her daughters for him when he went off to serve in the Royal Air Force in World War II. There's a lot of history. I remember having wonderful Saturday afternoon visits with Uncle George while Mom and Aunt Sue had tea and listened to classical music. There are so many stories. As I see my cousins, Kay, Canton and Calada, and Judy Craigmain, I must mention their faithful dedication to Uncle George and Aunt Susie, who were the last family members to have resided here. Mom always said that little things done faithfully are big things. We are especially pleased that the plaque that will be unveiled shortly has the names of our grandparents, parents, and aunts and uncles individually listed.
Today is recognized across Belize as National Service Day in honor of the legacy of the father of the nation, George Cattle Price. Educators, students, and the wider community are doing cleanup campaigns in their communities, recognizing and helping out our elders, rallying in the spirit of civic pride and civic duty to honor the legacy of Price. According to Prime Minister John Briceño, as we honor the life and legacy of the father of our nation in acts of service to our community, we may also remember his endless love for Belize, his call for unity among our people, and service to our community, our nation, and our people.
Mr. Price gave his life to this country, and he always felt that we must always give back to Belize. And how best can we celebrate, well, you know, the day that he left us, if you want to put it that way, by doing what he did best to serve this country, to serve the people. And so as a party and as a country, we ask everybody to do one small kind gesture to its neighbor or to the neighborhood, to be able to help to make Belize better. And that's the whole idea behind Service Day, which we celebrate on the date of his death.
In his response to Prime Minister John Briceño's State of the Nation address, yesterday Leader of the Opposition, Shine Barrow, declared that homicides have increased by 40% from the same period last year. Today, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams strongly countered those claims, adding that it is wrong to allow Barrow to mislead the Belizean people.
It is so sad that the leader of the opposition knows the truth. He knows the reality of where we stand with crime statistics. Yet he would use the opportunity of the media to say to the Belizean people that murders are up by 40%. That crime, yes, year to date, that crime is out of control. Marisol, Ms. Lanza, and Mr. Lopez, you people work in the media. You all know this is not true. And that's the reason why I cite prudent to respond to him, because we cannot allow him to mislead the Belizean people. And it is not just about Belize, you know. He calls himself a patriotic man. But when you do things that lie about your country, lie about the state of security in your country, you're doing your country a disservice, because people on the international world who may want to come to Belize and they see your interview, they see your comments, will not want to come, because they fear that if they come to Belize, crime is out of control, they may become the victim of a crime. So when he does these things, he is causing a disservice to the nation. And that's the reason why I presented the statistics for you all to see and for the nation to see. And if you all wish, you can fact check my press release compared to what he said.
Williams pointed to positive developments in crime trends, noting a significant decrease in violence, particularly in Belize City and the Cayo district, which have previously been impacted by gang-related crime. Quoting, "Since the SOE, we saw a significant decrease of crime, particularly gang violence." And there is more news after the break, so stay tuned.
Pro SC is here on Saturday, September 28th. Pro SC invades the Bay City with Pro SC 13. Paris versus Rubio inside the Corozal Civic Center in Corozal Town. The main event is the long-anticipated showdown between undefeated Pro FC Bantamweight champion Jalen Paris versus undefeated featherweight knockout king Javon Rubio. We also have 9 other exciting MMA fights, including 2 more championship fights and a special international female MMA fight. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. and the event starts at 7:30 p.m. sharp. General admission tickets are only $25 and VIP tickets are $70 available at the Centaur Cable Network Corozal office. Early ticket booth the day of the event. Pro FC, Belize Premier MMA League. Pro FC 13, live exclusively on Channel 53 of Centaur and the Express Plus app. Pro FC
is brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, the Corozal Town Council, and Express Plus app, streaming entertainment.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart, Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Belizeans, get ready for the Orange Walk Carnival 2024. Tune in to Channel 53 of Centaur or Express Plus app on Saturday, September 21st as we bring to you the most exciting celebration of the year. Catch all the vibrant colors, the revelry, the live music, and the unforgettable energy of the Orange Walk Carnival 2024 in real time on Channel 53 of Centaur or Express Plus app. Streaming entertainment.
As we told you on Monday, 4 Caribbean countries have been listed as major drug transit and illicit drug producing countries for the fiscal year 2025 by the United States. The 4 countries are Belize, the Bahamas, Jamaica, and Haiti. The designation identifies nations that play a significant role in the transit or production of drugs and precursor chemicals affecting the United States, regardless of their government's counter-narcotic efforts. In the declaration, President Joe Biden explained that the criteria for this designation involve geographic, commercial, and economic factors that facilitate drug transit or production, regardless of a government's commitment to narcotics control. He noted that recent amendments to the definition now includes countries supplying precursor chemicals. Today, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams disagreed with Belize being placed on the list.
We judge based on statistics, right? I am sure that as members of the media, you no longer hear of drug planes landing in our country. So I wonder how that came about, because the truth is we have done a lot. Our government continue to invest in the police and the BDF and the Coast Guard to be able to ward off these drug traffickers from our country, and we have made significant progress. So when I read that report, I wondered myself what measuring stick they are using to be able to arrive at that conclusion. But it is their assessment of us. I don't accept it. I am sure that many Belizeans will not accept it. And at the end of the day, there is nothing we can do about it, but just continue working, do what we can to make sure that we continue to keep the drug traffickers from using our country as a transshipment point.
To combat drug trafficking, Biden's administration launched a global coalition in July 2023, now comprising over 150 countries. He stated, every continent is experiencing an alarming increase in the manufacturing, trafficking, and consumption of dangerous illicit synthetic drugs. Other countries included in the US list are Afghanistan, Bolivia, Burma, China, Colombia, and Mexico, among others. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development hosted a signing ceremony of the Multilateral Convention to facilitate implementation of the subject to tax rule on September 19, 2024, at the OECD headquarters in Paris, France. Mr. Joseph Waite, the Financial Secretary, signed the convention on behalf of the government of Belize. The signing ceremony solemnizes a significant milestone in the work of the OECD G20 Inclusive Framework on Base Erosion and Profit Shifting, as it delivers upon its objective of reforming international tax rules to deliver a stronger, fairer global tax system. The new STTR-MLI will implement the subject to tax rule in bilateral tax treaties, offering developing countries such as Belize a new tool to protect their domestic tax base. The signing ceremony is the latest significant progress towards implementing an international tax agreement from October 2021. The two-pillar solution to address the tax challenges arising from the digitalization of the economy, since endorsed by 139 countries and jurisdictions, established a 15% global minimum tax, ensuring that multinational entities pay their fair share of tax in each of the jurisdictions where they operate. The subject to tax rule is a key component of the agreement and is particularly important for developing countries. Attending this ceremony are ministers, high-level authorities, senior government officials, and delegates from the OECD G20 Inclusive Framework on BEPS. The Belize delegation includes the Financial Secretary, Michelle Longsworth, Director General of the Belize Tax Service, Claude Haylock, Director General of the Financial Services Commission, Lisa Clear, Deputy Director of BTS, and LaDonna John, Director of Legal and Enforcement at the FSC. The delegation also held bilateral discussions with various OECD officials on implementing various BEPS initiatives and the upcoming supplementary assessments of Belize's implementation of global tax transparency standards. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Friday, September 20th, here on Ctv3 News and Face FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.